Alright, sorry about that, people. We were almost running out of time, so this is going to be a two-parter. There was another game. Oh, I remember. It was Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Oh, right.
That was the next game. That was the next game they showed off. They already showed trailers about this weeks ago, to at least a month ago. It's pretty much like it's like most other games with different unique gameplay where you can either just attack them assaultly or hand-to-hand combat, or you just sneak up on them and take them out quietly without being spotted, which in terms of other games that does the similar gameplay and does make it good, but I think it might turn out good. Like Batman Arkham City was one example. You can just either beat them hand-to-hand, but in terms of the character itself, sneaking around and taking them out was the best way to describe the gameplay for them. And I think as long as Ubisoft does this right, it is going, and I definitely do think it's going to do good. And that stuff, I think it'll do good. It does have multiplayer, and the one thing that's interesting, it's going to have a co-op mode in the game. And so it'll be pretty interesting, and it would be pretty interesting to see a co-op multiplayer mode, where basically instead of just playing single-player multiplayer, you can also play the multiplayer cooperatively with a friend. So that means the two of you will work together to defeat your opponent. Mm-hmm. That would be interesting. Like when the game comes out, like it does come out on August 22nd, by the way. Or no, not August 22nd. The 20th. I meant to say. August 20th is when it comes out. I do think the game is going to look pretty good, actually. Yeah, maybe when it comes out, you and I could try the co-op mode if you want to in there. Because it does, I don't know how the co-op mode's going to work, but it might look interesting. And the last game they showed us for third-party games is Watch Dogs, which is actually one of the most anticipated games this year in terms of both the Wii U and as the game itself. Yeah, because the game actually does look very good. Which you mean like the whole hacking on the phone. Mm-hmm. That stuff, and it definitely looks good. They announced that it's coming on November 21st, so that's the day it comes out. And one thing that's going to be interesting is that what are they going to do with the gamepad, actually? Like, what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. Like, the guy has a cell phone, actually, that he uses to hack. I wonder if they're going to make the gamepad the cell phone. That way, if you're getting caught by police or something, and you want to activate something, you just use the touch screen to do it.
Yeah, to rewire.
Like to hack things. And the trailers they did showed, including on the other conferences, was very interesting. It was, hold on a second. It's basically like he hacked into the Chicago, like it takes place in Chicago, where almost everything around you is made out of machine, is controlled by a machine. What this guy does is that he uses his phone to hack into it, and there's this part where the police are coming toward him, and by using his phone to hack into the machines in Chicago, he made the pillar things from the ground lift up to stop the police, and the police crashed into it, which gives him an escape. And that's actually what made me very interested in the game, was because of his gameplay with the hack phone. And I do think on the Wii U, they might make it the phone, actually. Because that's all I can think of. They might make it as the phone. But this is my opinion, though. But I am excited for the game. It definitely does look really good. And keep in mind, it is also available on other consoles, too. Especially the next-gen consoles like the Xbox One and the PS4. So I think that game might do pretty well, I think. Well, that's pretty much the third-party games, actually. Now that they're going to talk about the exclusives. The first one we saw that they showed off was Wonderful 101, which I'm not going to lie, it's pretty much Pikmin 3. That's what the gameplay looks like. It's like Pikmin, but with superheroes, and you fight against this monster that's coming from space. And keep in mind, that's what Iwata explained in that. That's what he explained. And the one thing he showed off what the gamepad could do with the heroes is that you got these tiny dots on the screen, which are your heroes. If you use the gamepad to make a certain shape, you can turn them into a weapon. Yeah. And the longer or more heroes you have connected to this weapon, the more powerful it becomes.
Yeah, the more points you get, and then you buy more, and then.
Then you buy stuff and that stuff. Yeah, that's correct. And that's it's pretty interesting how they use the gamepad to make a weapon out of it. Which I think on other consoles that would be really hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Like the reason the Wii U is getting exclusives is to show off not only how powerful the games are that the Wii U can handle, but probably to also show how effective they could use the gamepad. And Wonderful 101 comes out on September 15th this year, and it also comes out on August 23rd in Europe. So all you guys from Europe, you actually get the chance to experience the game first before we Americans and Canadians do. Yeah, so this could be... So I do think the game, like, I'll be honest, the first time I heard about it, I kind of had slightly high doubts about it, though. But after watching the recent trailers for it, actually, especially this one, I actually have some slightly more hope for it now, so I think it might do alright. I'm not sure, though. It depends how good the game is. So like I said, it comes out on September 15th this year. And the next Wii U exclusive, which is another one that they mentioned for the past couple of months, but the last time we had the trailer was a behind-the-scenes trailer. And this one, they actually showed a trailer with some gameplay footage. It's the sequel, Bayonetta 2. Now, the Bayonetta in this game, unlike the one from before where she had very long hair, she's actually been redesigned in the game completely. She has shorter hair, she has a different outfit on, but she still has the same stuff like you would expect, actually. And she fights this guy that has like a double sword weapon or something with a white-colored armor. And then near the end of the trailer, they summon a monster from each of them. Like the villain had have like a light monster from the like one from heavens, and then Bayonetta's is like a monster from hell.
Pretty much.
That stuff. So it's pretty. So the trailer did look interesting. Now we actually get the chance to saw the gameplay, which like finally they're showing the gameplay, and the gameplay is just like every hack and slash game that you played that were really good.
Yeah.
On that. It has like a lot of damage, and it looks like it might even have experience points or something like that. Like was it shown in there or something?
I don't think so. They mainly showed gameplay. Well, not gameplay. It's more animated, but...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There is no points in the thing, yeah. So, yeah, it definitely does look very good, the gameplay-wise. It definitely does... Like, keep in mind, I never did play the first one before. Like, neither did you. But I have seen the gameplay of the first game, and just like the first game, this one definitely plays just like the first one. And stuff, so it'll be very good. And especially the bosses look pretty neat in the game. Plus, the graphics of the game look very good, and I think this might be one of the games that could show off how the graphical compatibilities of the Wii U, of what it can, how much power it can do. So I think this game might pull it off in that. I'm just not sure about the gamepad though, because they never explained that though.
I think it could be more of a controller thing, not a gamepad.
Yeah, like I have a feeling that the game, even though these exclusives are more focused on the Wii U gamepad, but I think if people want to play the hardcore, they're gonna play it on the Pro controller.
Yeah.
Which I have a feeling they will put this in. I have a feeling though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next Wii U exclusive they showed off was what was it? It was the game X. It was I think this is just like JRPG. It's made by Monolith, or I don't know how you say it. Really.
Microsoft?
No, not Microsoft. Not Microsoft. It's Monolith. Mono. Like the first part of the name of the company is Mono. It's just that the middle part I didn't understood.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. But it's actually made by the same studio who made Xenoblade Chronicles. Wasn't that? And a lot of people did like Xenoblade Chronicles, but the one problem that a lot of them had with it was that the dungeons were way too long. They were like hours long, way too long in there. And it had some bit of repetitive gameplay. But from the way they show us the gameplay of the game and the trailer for it, at the same time, it definitely does look like, it looks like a pretty awesome, beautiful JRPG game. The graphics definitely look pretty beautiful in that. And the thing from what I've seen is that it takes place like in a futuristic sort of thing. Like it takes place like somewhere in the future where these people can actually, you can control robots by entering them, and you can control them and use them in battle. Because that's what Avanta explained. And in that, and it even showed a lot of the different animes, but I'm not gonna lie, some of them look so weird. And they're like what was the first time I said that was very weird to me before we saw, like at the very beginning?
I really don't know.
It was some odd-looking dinosaur-like thing.
Oh, that game. Okay.
Yeah. There's even this one where it looks like a hairy platypus monster. Like it had the mouth of a platypus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this other one that's basically a Brontosaurus dinosaur.
Yeah.
With some odd rocks coming out of his shoulders or something.
Yeah, I know what that
So
is.
like the enemies do look weird, but some of them do look interesting though. Yeah. That now oh, and I forgot to mention people that both this game and both X and Bayonetta 2, they're gonna come out next year. Yeah, so the other Wii exclusive that you've been waiting for, you're gonna have to wait till 2014 for them to come out. But I have a feeling because they're still in development and that, I think it might be well worth it.
Yeah.
And there was let me see. Was there any other Wii exclusives they mentioned? No, I don't think they didn't mention the other Wii exclusives. I think that's pretty much that.
Yeah, that's it.
And the last game we saw, this is the one that I think was the one who stole the show, well, in terms of the direct video, that you and I are both excited for, is Smash Bros. 4. Like, they finally revealed gameplay footage of the game. Now, the first bit at the intro was that it showed up the 3DS gameplay of the 3DS version, which in terms of the 3DS, the graphics on the game look good. But if it was like on a modern console, like a modern HD console, it probably wouldn't have looked that good compared to 360 or something like that. But in terms of 3DS, it looks good. And then finally, we saw the Wii U HD version of the game. Now this, I think, is where this showed off the beautiful graphics of the game. It definitely might show off the beautiful graphics of the Wii U, just like how Smash Bros. Brawl did for the Nintendo Wii, similar to Skyward Sword.
Yo, yeah.
It definitely looks very good. That stuff. Like, but before I talk about it, like the intro of it showed like an Animal Crossing scene.
Yeah.
Like, it showed like in the thing like a kid getting this mail, something. Like at first I was like, wait, is this really Smash Bros. Or is this Animal Crossing in there?
Yeah.
It was like confusing at first. However, they actually showed the Smash Bros. Logo on the thing.
Yeah,
so that proves it is Smash Bros. Like better graphics in there. And then later on, they showed that the kid that was in the beginning of the intro is a playable character in the game. So one of the Animal Crossing characters is in the game. And what they showed for him is that he uses a shovel to bury the opponents into the ground. Gives him time to do a smash. Like he's like, we think.
Yeah.
It's like smashing that stuff. Now, they are bringing back the original classic characters from the past games like Kid Icarus, Kirby, Pikachu, Donkey Kong, Mario, Zelda, Star Fox, and even Bowser and Samus is coming back.
Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid in there. And for what they say the gameplay, it's definitely just like Smash Bros. In that. It definitely looks like it. The other thing that's a little bit different, just to let you know, this game is actually not developed by HAL, who did the previous games. It's being developed by Namco Bandai and Sora Ltd.
Yeah.
Okay, the game's being made by them, and I have a feeling that if Namco Bandai is developing the game, then maybe some of their characters might make an appearance in the game later on with more future trailers. So it definitely does look good. Like the graphics on it, just like on Brawl, definitely looks really good on the Wii U. It looks like. Okay, the gameplay is the same exact classic gameplay stuff. And for what we saw, what Samus did with her cannon arm, it looks like the Final Smashes are coming back. For this game and that. So that's what it actually looks like. Plus, some of these stages in that, they're actually brand new stages actually. Like for example, the floating stage that was in Brawl with Mario Sunshine has been replaced by the Skyward Sword stage.
Yeah.
That from Skyward Sword. Like on top of the island. It looks really good. And they also showed this one where the battle arena that was in Smash Brothers Brawl. Like the battle wheel is different. Especially the Pokemon field, I think, has been changed a bit now to like a battle ring like you see in wrestling. So I think what they did actually in this game was that they added, not only did they add some new stages, they probably recycled some stages from the previous games, but they changed the backgrounds and the bit of the stage itself to make it different. And so I think that's what happened. And and then they announced that it's going to be coming out in 2014, so it'll be next year along with the other console exclusives and first-party games. But I think this is where the more hype definitely comes in. When right near the end of the trailer, after the 2014 thing was over, they showed off that Mega Man is coming into the game. Like not the terrible art design Mega Man from Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah.
Like, we think he was really ugly in that game.
The model was really bad. The texture was not good.
Yeah, I agree, sir. That's a really good opinion. That's a really good point. So, and yeah, it's the same cartoony Mega Man, the classic Mega Man. And for what they showed in the gameplay of his thing, he has like a Shoryuken in that. That's an uppercut. He's got his classic shooting bullets, like those big, 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 big. Like he's got the same bullets he had, same moves. And the one thing they showed off, like in the trailer scene for him, along with the gameplay, is that similar to the previous Mega Man games, like you know how in Mega Man that every time he beats a boss, he gains their abilities. In this Smash Bros. 4 game, a lot of his moves are based off of the other Robot Man's special abilities. Like for example, his throw becomes a Rockman's throw. When that he can throw chainsaws just like Chainsaw Man or whatever his name was in the previous Mega Man games. He pretty much has like his own moves mixed with other Robot Man's moves for the game, and that's what the gameplay showed.
Yep.
Now keep in mind, both him and the Villager thing, those are the first two characters confirmed though. New ones though.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of the characters though. I think just like they did in Brawl, they're gonna release trailers for upcoming new characters.
Yeah.
So who might come to the roster?
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm still hoping to keep it a secret because I really enjoyed finding out on myself on game. It's like when I discovered the wolf, I just thought it was really nice.
Yeah, that is the true part. Yeah. So Smash Bros. Like I said, Smash Bros. What comes out next year, it definitely looks like it's gonna be another system. So like I mentioned, like I said, like every time a Nintendo console comes out with a Smash Bros. Game, and like either on launch day or later after, they always sell better than the other one. Like Smash Bros. Came out for Nintendo 64, sold over 4 million. The GameCube Melee game sold over 7 million. It was the best-selling game for the GameCube. Even though the GameCube didn't sell that well during that 6th generation of consoles, Melee was the one who pretty much helped save the sales of it a bit. And then in Wii, there was Smash Bros. Brawl that sold over 10 million. Like you said, a lot of people might have bought the Wii to get the game.
Yeah.
Like I think in terms of the Wii U, Smash Bros. 4 might be one of the games that could save it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will.
Yeah, like if they want to stop it from being a flop, I think out of all the games shown in this direct video, I think Bayonetta 2, Super Mario 3D World, Mario Kart, and Smash Bros. Brawl, those 4 games, in my opinion, could be the ones that could save it.
Yeah.
The top 4 games that could save the console from being a flop. And I have a feeling since Super Mario 3D Land, some of the other exciting games come out this year, in terms of the holiday season, I think maybe the system might sell well during the holiday season.
Yeah.
And I think that would be good. So overall, the Nintendo Direct video was pretty interesting. There were a couple of things that did left us questioning though, and a little bit of disadvantage. Like the one thing that was disappointing though is that they didn't show off any gameplay of Yarn Yoshi. The Yoshi game that hasn't been the first Yoshi game that's been made in over 10 to 15 years. Did that since the last one on Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like curious of like why didn't they make another Yoshi game for the home consoles? I think he had potential to be on one.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, Yarn Yoshi is being made by the same people who made Kirby's Epic Yarn.
That's good.
And like the one thing about Kirby's Epic Yarn, I'll say is what I've seen is that even though it's not meant for the hardcore games because you don't die, because even though you die, you don't die and then you have to restart from the beginning of the level or anything, you like restart from where you died or further into the level.
Yeah.
I hope maybe in Yarn Yoshi they fix that a little bit by making it that even though you can die a lot of times in advance to like the spot, but after you lose all your lives, you restart from the beginning of the level. And that's what I hope they do in that for the next Yoshi game.
Yeah.
Like I said, they never really mentioned it in here at all, not even once.
Yeah.
It was disappointing, but... And especially, like, the one other thing I was concerned about was the cat outfit for Mario and his friends. In Super Mario 3D World, the cat's superpower move that makes him become kitty cat. Like,
actually, that might be dangerous with Toad, because if you think about it, he moves really fast. With the cat power, you might overdo it.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Like, the cat outfit, for what it looks like if you wear, you run faster and that way. That'd be interesting to see that with Toad, to see what would happen. So we're gonna actually give the game. We're gonna give this conference 2 reigns actually. One from like a normal gamer's perspective or a hardcore gamer. Like we'll just say gamers for short. And the second one from a Nintendo fan. Now, like what would you give the reign for the Nintendo Direct from the 2 points of views from out of 5? Like we'll start with Nintendo fans' point of view.
I'll give that at least a 3.
Oh really? How come?
It looks like quite a bit of fun, but I would like to see some new stuff too.
Yeah, like that's a good point. Like they already talked about these games for the past couple months though. But it's just that we never knew what the titles, what the official title of the games were, and we didn't see what the gameplay looked like.
Yeah.
And we had to wait till E3 to find out about that. So now, what about from a gamer's perspective?
I don't know. We haven't played it yet, so I guess we really wouldn't know quite yet.
Well, like it's like basically a reign, like what the gamers think of it, like non-Nintendo fans think of the thing overall, like the games they've announced.
I don't really know. I haven't really thought of that way before, honestly.
Huh. Well, okay. All right. So it's my turn then.
Yeah.
From a Nintendo fan base, I actually give the thing. I pretty much give the thing a 4 out of 5 actually from a Nintendo fan base because a lot of Nintendo fans will definitely enjoy these games since they know they always make good games. And these ones definitely do look good. Like Super Mario 3D World I think is going to be pretty good this year. And I think it's going to sell the system during the holiday season in December. That as long as they do a price cut, maybe do a combo bundle pack with another Wii U console with the game, I think it might sell well. Well, besides the cat power thing, which got me really confused about and worried about. Well, but the game does look interesting. Like, and Smash Brothers, Bayonetta 2, Wonderful 101, and all those exclusive games, I think they're going to do pretty well, and I think those games could save the system from being flops. Now, the only problem that it does have though, however, is that it actually has 2 major problems. Like one, they didn't talk about any of the other games they mentioned in the past month or so, like Yarn Yoshi, New Super Luigi U and stuff. They didn't explain much about it, even though they've done that before. They didn't explain more about it. Even Yarn Yoshi, they didn't bring that game back up to date in that, so they never did. And the second major problem is that the third-party games that were announced for, they didn't show them much gameplay of the games actually, or even took time to talk about them.
Yeah.
Even though, like I can maybe understand that because the other conferences already talked about the games and show off the gameplay of the game, so I think that could be why though. But in terms of if Nintendo wants to present their games, they should have maybe showed us some gameplay of the game of what it is, just in case so many people didn't see the other conferences to see that. And that's from a Nintendo fan base. From a non-Nintendo fan base, I pretty much give the thing a 3 out of 5. Like the same disadvantages and stuff from you and that. Like we already knew these games were coming in that, most of them that is, and they didn't show us any new games to show off in that. That and this is the thing that concerns me actually. Even though these games might save the system from being a flop though, if they announced more new exclusives or new games then maybe the console would have I would have given this a 4 out of 5 or maybe so.
Yeah.
And that stuff, but so that's actually it for our thoughts on the Nintendo Direct. It is pretty much a 2-parter, so overall we both thought the Nintendo Direct was interesting, but there were some things we thought maybe they could have explained more better.
Yeah.
Now, maybe they could have given us more detail of the Sonic Lost World game, or maybe more information of the other ones. Because if they did that, then this would have done better. But I have a feeling the next future Nintendo Direct videos in the future, in the next few months coming, I think maybe they will mention new games. So, all right. So thanks for watching, everyone. So see you later.
And thanks for watching.